A orchard stretched across the valley like a sea of silver, thousands of pear trees shimmering beneath the morning mist. To anyone else it was beautiful. But to Elena Navarro, it was a graveyard of memories she had spent half her life trying to escape. After 15 years away, she was coming home. The car rumbled over the familiar dirt path, her heart beating in a rhythm of fear and resentment. The call had come 2 days ago. Her father, Arturo Navarro, patriarch of the glass orchard, was dying. That name, Glass Orchard, it came from the way the pears looked at sunrise, glowing as if they were carved from crystal. It was the pride of her family. It was also the root of their destruction. As Elena stepped out of the car, a cold wind swept through her hair, a chilling welcome. The old farmhouse stood in the distance, its white exterior weathered into a mottled gray. A figure appeared in the doorway, her sister, Marina, the sister who had betrayed her. "Elena," Marina said, her voice a strange mixture of surprise and guilt. "I didn't think you would actually come. I didn't have a choice," Elena replied, her voice flat. "Your message said he doesn't have long." Marina nodded and stepped aside to let her in. The house felt smaller than Elena remembered. The walls were lined with family photos in dusty frames. Some had her smiling face in them, a ghost from a past life. In other frames, empty spaces showed where her picture had been removed. The air inside smelled of old wood and citrus polish, the scent of their mother. Elena felt her chest tighten. She had not spoken to Marina since the night their mother died in an accident that was ruled as her fault. An accident she knew she didn't cause. But her father had believed Marina. Her father had turned his back on her, choosing one daughter over the other. The weight of that betrayal had crushed her for 15 years. "Elena," a strained voice called from the back room, pulling her from her thoughts. She walked inside. Arturo Navarro lay on a hospital bed set up in the living room, a web of tubes connecting him to a world he was slowly leaving. He was hooked to machines and surrounded by medicine bottles. His once strong frame was now a frail shadow of its former self. His eyes, however, still held that sharp, commanding glint she remembered all too well. "Elena," he rasped, the word a struggle. "You came home." She forced a smile that didn't reach her eyes. "I came to say goodbye." He nodded slowly, painfully. "There are things I must tell you before I'm gone." Beside them, Marina stiffened. Arturo noticed her reaction, his gaze flickering between his two daughters. But before he could speak, a sharp knock echoed from the front door. A tall man in a black coat stepped inside, uninvited. He had dark, piercing eyes and a tight jaw. His presence filled the room like a gathering storm cloud, heavy and electric. "Elena Navarro?" he asked, his voice low and serious. "Yes?" She answered, her guard instantly up. "I'm Detective Simon Rivas. I'm here because we've reopened your mother's case." Marina froze, her face draining of all color. Elena felt her breath catch in her throat, the air suddenly thick and hard to breathe. The detective didn't pause. "The evidence we collected 15 years ago," he continued, his eyes scanning the room, "may have been tampered with." A silence fell, so heavy it felt like the walls were closing in on them. The only sound was the faint, rhythmic beep of the heart monitor. "Tampered?" Elena whispered, the word barely audible. "By who?" Detective Rivas's gaze settled on Marina, who flinched as if struck. "We're here to find out." The glass orchard held its secrets for 15 years. But now, the truth was beginning to surface, threatening to shatter everything they thought they knew. The past wasn't just a memory. It was a crime scene, and the detective had just arrived. And for the first time in a long time, Elena felt a sliver of something other than grief. It was hope. Thank you for watching. If you're intrigued by Elena's story and want to know what happens next, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss a single chapter of this unfolding mystery.